Hello everyone. So quick one. How prepared are you series 101? So this is a quick question on inequalities. This featured in the BECE 2020, I believe. 2020. Yeah. So which of the following inequalities is represented on the number line? So basically inequalities, you are dealing with truth sets, you are dealing with all of that. So how do you go about this quickly? You know it's an objective test, so you are not supposed to waste time. Right, so first of all, um, you have to know the meaning of this. You have to know the meaning of this. Right, so in inequalities, the circle without the shading simply represents the number it is put on, and it tells you that there is no equal to attached to that number, meaning that that number is um okay. Let me take it this way. So in inequalities we have, you will see these symbols: greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, then less than, equal to. Now when you see this symbol, okay, this circle without a shading, it just tells you that that number, okay, wouldn't be affected by this or this, depending on what the inequality is going to be. Okay, when you have a shaded, you have a circle and it's shaded. Okay, let's just say this is our shaded circle, right? What it means is that it implicates this sign and that sign. Do you get it? So in inequalities, we're dealing with ranges of numbers, right? So that range tells you that for a shaded, for the circle that is shaded, it tells you that whatever your sign be to define that range, it must include, it must be either this or this. Now with that knowledge alone, we can quickly eliminate some options um, from this objective exam, right? So we see this diagram, we have -2 being selected with a circle that is not shaded, and then we have um, +2 also being selected but is with a circle that is shaded. Now that alone tells me that whatever I'm going to choose as my answer for the range that is representing the left hand side of the number line, we don't want to be seeing any, we don't want to be seeing, let me change color, we don't want to be seeing we don't want to be seeing this and this as part of the range that is represented from the left hand side of, okay, and when we come to this side that is shaded, we want to see this and this as part of it. So automatically, let me look at option A. Option A tells us -2 is greater than y, but but y is greater than, y is less than -2, but it's also greater than 2, which is not what is represented because of this side. Because if it is shaded, it means that it has to be greater than or equal to, right? So then automatically eliminate A. Then we move to B. When I look at B, B is saying that y is such that y is greater than or equal to -2. Now, when we say, remember I mentioned that once the circle is not shaded, it means that that part of the range must not carry that greater than or equal to sign or less than or equal to sign. So then again, we can also eliminate option B. Okay, so option B is not the answer. Then let's move to option C. Option C is saying that minus 2 greater than or equal to y, and y is also greater than 2. Now, once we are dealing with, look at this side, it's unshaded. It tells us that it must not carry this equal to, right? So then we can also eliminate option C. And obviously the answer has to be D, because we've eliminated 3 answers successfully. But then again, when we look at D, we see that it satisfies the conditions that we specified. Okay, so we have the unshaded part not carrying the equal to sign. And yes, it is starting from the negative part of the number line. So y is obviously greater than minus 2 is true, right? And then at the same time, y is less than or equal to 2 because it has the shaded part and it has the equal to sign attached to it, right? So D happens to be the answer. So that's just a short one. If you want a deep insight into inequalities, you can tutorials. So until another time, bye bye.